I just learned that these people try to save you because they hate you. That is a Taylor Swift lyric that so accurately describes the Christian nationalist and the Christian colonist movement. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, what's up? This is Laura Farhi. Welcome to the Spiritually Homesteading podcast. Well, this is the summary of the podcast that you can find over on Apple or Spotify. Just search for Spiritually Homesteading. You'll be able to find the title of this video there, as well as others that are like it that might pique your interest. As someone who went through a spiritual crisis that lasted the course of 10 years, I have decided to make it my mission to help other individuals declutter Christianity. So if you're looking to lose your religion, but keep your Jesus, if you're looking to decolonize your religion, this is the place for you. Just subscribe to this channel so I could help reorganize your faith with you. I have been reading this book called The Spirit of Early Christian Thought, and it's by Robert Louis Wilkin, and what early Christians thought, taught, and caught as they were going through trying to build this new thing called Christianity. And in the beginning of this book, it talks about some of the earliest critics that they dealt with and sort of the wrestling that happened between these critics. And some of these critics were deep believers of Greek philosophy, and many of the early thinkers of the Christian church were also well versed in Greek philosophy and could go back and forth between the world of the church and the world of philosophy. And they had no problems having those conversations. Also, I keep hitting my microphone. Hopefully that's not messing anything up. We'll find out in editing. Anyways, they could easily go between the world of philosophy and the world of theology and didn't have any problems bridging those two worlds intellectually. But then there was the Greek philosophers, such as a man by the name of Celsus, about how Celsus had such a hard time buying into this Christianity thing was because it came from Judaism, and he thought that Judaism was barbaric. He thought that Jews were barbaric because they weren't Greek. Christianity has become part of a colonizer's toolkit for helping other individuals assimilate into their new empire, come out of celebrating the 4th of July. If we look at the history of America and what they did something very similar to the Native Americans and to the Black slaves that they brought here. The things that we see them doing is trying to get these people to become a part of their culture and become a part of their religion. But if we really pay attention to how they talk about these individuals, they save them not because they care about their souls. They save them because they hate them and they just want them to look a little bit more like them. Just as Celsus wanted the early Christians to look a little more Greek. You guys are a little too Jewish for me. I don't like it. It's not Greek. Dynamics that we're having with America right now and Christian nationalism, and how there are people that are pushing back on, oh, we need to preserve our culture. And it's like, no, what you're saying is you want to preserve your version of an empire. And that version of an empire is all about control. It is not about God. It is not about trying to maintain God for the sake of everybody's souls. It's about trying to maintain power, because whoever owns the power owns the narrative, owns the stories, owns the culture. And everything that's happening in our nation right now is the clashing of that. This is not something that is new. This has been happening for a very long time. The other takeaway I had from this book is he talks about how much the Christian culture was a minority, that they continued to create their culture in the midst of exile. And the Jews did a fantastic job of maintaining their culture, maintaining their faith, maintaining their ways of life, even though they were being dominated by other cultures. Yes, those other cultures infiltrated into their systems. There were Jews that fell away, but at the same time, they still continued to maintain a particular narrative, a particular culture that still represented their people. And Wilkins says that Christians did something very similar, that they were the minority in the Roman Empire and continued to maintain their culture despite the fact that they were not in power. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not listened to the podcast. I put out new episodes every Sunday, and then the summaries of every video I put out on Monday. I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and Jesus. Boop.